Right, due to request, says a 300 Winchester Magnum reloading video and the steps that I go through. So you get back from the range. This case is normally full of empties. I've gone through a few there, but no one's going to watch me do hundreds of cases, so I've kept 5 back and I'm just going to show you the process what I go through. So first of all, most important, have a lube brush that you can do inside the necks with. There's your cases fired, ready to go. So we'll do all 5. Put them on your lube pad. That's already pre-lubed, it's always got lube on it as that. So we go into the necks. And basically all I'm doing there is putting that inside, giving it a good rub round, because the expander ball in the die is the part that needs the most lube. Minimal lube on the outside, and again at belted magnums you really do need minimal because they soon destroy and distort around the top. So 300 Win Mag die, cycle them through the press. That jerking there's the expander ball pulling back through there, so now you understand why they need so much lube on there. Just go through all 5 for you. Basically that's squashing the case down, bumping the shoulder back and pushing the primer out, the old primer, the spent primer. And finally, right, that's that stage. Now we come to needing to cut the cases down to length so they'll fit back in a chamber. So what we do next, I've got a few ways of trimming them. I have the quick trim. Again, I don't want shavings to go down my ram this time and be untidy, so I'm just going to use my drill. And basically you just chuck the case into the drill. Get your trimming part. That's all it needs. That case is now trimmed, good to go. Again, I'll do 5. Quick, simple and easy, but essential. There's 5 trimmed cases, all down to size. I'll put this away. Right. Now, if they were brand new cases, unfired, for the first time come out of a bag, you'd use this device which uniforms the inside of the pocket. It puts a chamfer on the primer, the flash hole. They've been done, so you only ever need to do that once, so that's not getting done today. Primer pocket uniformer, that only gets done once, although I use this to help clean them out because they're set to a certain depth, so it just makes cleaning them out a lot easier. Now they've been trimmed, they have quite a harsh edge on them, so we use this tool here, and that basically puts a chamfer on the inside. Just a very light spin. You see some people swinging on these things, you really don't need to. Gentle twist, just knocks the edge off. Again, same with the outside, just a gentle one, and then feel with your thumbnail, it should be smooth, and that's that part. And then we, again, the primer pockets, just I use this thing, which doesn't really matter, but clean primer pocket. There you go, you can see it's only taken minimal off because there's still a slight black mark, but there's nothing that's going to cause any inconsistencies. That's that job done. Just a quick chamfer and deburr on the other foot. Again, always flick your nail up there to see if there's any sort of anything to stop your nail. If you catch your nail on anything, you must give them another little spin, because that'll catch in the chamber, that will. It causes inconsistencies, which is what we don't want, which is why we do all this sort of thing to start with, to stop inconsistencies. Perfect, they are. Perfect. Right, and now another step that not many people in this country actually do. I'm one of the lucky ones. Take this die completely out. And then I use this thing. It's called the Larry Willis die. And basically, it's got a case gauge on top, and this tells you exactly if the cases will go in. Now this die goes in the back, in the press backwards. It goes in underside first. So let's just quickly spin that up. You go all the way to the very top. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then you put the lock ring on. You don't really need it, but it's there, so we use it. Now then, what we do, plenty lube with this thing. You can't get case bulge with this. Basically, this collet you push over the top of these, flat side down. There's a slight bevel on the top that always goes upwards. So what we do, we put a little bit of case lube on, just a bit. Doesn't need too much on that bit. We push this collet over the top, all the way down to the belt. That seats all the way down to that belt. Then that's when you need to be generous with the lube. Put plenty on all over that collet, so it's all glued up like that. And all you do, cycle that through the ram cloth. I found the easiest way, because it's suffering from newness, everything's really tight. What you do, 13mm spanner over the back of your case, just to help get the collet off. And then this case, this die here has a case gauge. Drop that in, now it drops in with a snap. Now that now is ready for the cleaning pile. But these, just to show you, that doesn't go down to the belt and it won't come out, and it doesn't drop with a snap. If you see, I've got some worse cases than this to show as an example. No, that's not too bad. It's a case of going through every one. If the belt snaps and hits there, then you don't need to use this at all. It's basically because a full size length die pushes all this down and bumps that shoulder, it can't go all the way down because of the belt, and you always get what you call case bulge. And after about, I've found 4 firings, which these are on their 4th and 5th, because I've been doing reloading development with these, so you use different amounts of cases, and you never use a full box, because of that there, the die, it doesn't go all the way down. That's what this invention's all about. It's come from America. It's called the Larry Willis collet die, and it really works. And I've gone through all my cases. You test them in there first. If they don't need it, you just get them. They're further along the lines of the process for going into the cleaning then, which these are when they've been done this way. If they don't need it, they're straight to the cleaner. So we cycle these. This does actually get easier to come off as time goes on, like everything else, but now you see that goes in there, drops with a snap, lands on the belt. There's no wiggle room, but it's a perfect fit. That's just right. So again, that one's ready for the cleaners. Another case, not quite up to, it's not, well, as you can see, it's not dropping with a snap, it's not touching the belt, it's slight bulge just there. So what we do, again, I've got enough lube on my fingers to actually do the case. Slip the collet over all the way down to the belt, and then generous with the lube on the collet. Doesn't matter how much lube you put on that, you can't put enough on really, you can't put too much on, should I say. It's steel on steel, so the more the better. Now, as I was saying, this case now will drop with a snap. There you go, snapping on the belt. There we go, another one that needs it. Also, it's hard to pull them out when you drop them like that because of the bulge, it gets caught up in there, so minimal on the case. Collet over and all the way down to the belt. Some cases have that bad a bulge, you struggle to get the collet over at first, but as soon as it goes through this machine, you only need to do it once and then straight through. Drops with a snap, which is what you're after. And there you go, drops with a snap. That's what we're looking for. And the last one, again, that one's okay, I'm not going to do that one, there's no need. That goes up to the belt. Now, we get to this stage now with all of them, and then it's time for the cleaner.